Please take a deep breath as I play the crystal bowl.
Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. He mai e kupule ho ka wau I po hai ia e nā manu o uka Ku ule hua I mo hala I ka ua o haau Wa o hali nei ua hiki mai la o e mai E komo mai e ano mako nei And now I invite Brother Paul to come and play our golden crystal bowl.
Kahu, wherever you may be, it is an honor to the golden bowl. And now I'd like to introduce to you Joanne with a moment of inspiration.
Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us today. I wanted to share with you, yesterday I went to a brunch or a bridal shower, and the setting is, the table is outside. This is Hawaii, so it was very nice outdoors, but we had a roof over us, not to make you jealous or anything, but it was just absolutely a gorgeous day. And so as we were sitting there at the time of day, having our bridal shower event, the sun started to come over and it started to shine and you know, upon two of the ladies that were sitting there. And they started to get hot. So, you know, they were like, oh, it's getting hot, you know, so they look up and they see the sun, it's hitting their backs. And suddenly, shortly after that, as I'm thinking, oh gosh, they don't even have a shade, these workers walk behind with a huge umbrella on the other side of the rail where we were sitting, and they put the umbrella up and they positioned it so it blocked the shade from the ladies that were causing them to heat up during our bridal shower, which leads to what I would like to share with you is the act of kindness. So I was so touched by our waiter, because our waiter was the one who brought these people together and to put up the umbrella to block the sun. I was so touched by his thoughtfulness. So I wanted to share with you about kindness. So what is kindness? It's the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. It's a quality or state of being. So when you do acts of kindness without any expectations for anything in return, it brings joy to your heart. And when it brings joy to your heart, then you are healing yourself. So our Kahu's mission does continue to live on in all of us, and no matter what we do. So I also wanted to share with you questions that you can ask to reflect on kindness. So one of it is, when you think of what kindness means to you, what words and actions come to mind? What was the last act of kindness that you saw, and how did it make you feel? And that is what touches me the most, is how it makes me feel. That I did an act of kindness to someone who perhaps they needed it that particular day. Perhaps, that it made their day, and it brought joy to them to receive kindness, and in hopes that we'll pay it forward. It's that pay it forward motto that I really love. And another question is, what was the last act of kindness that you received? How did it make you feel? And now you can think of the last act of kindness you completed. How were you kind to someone else? And how did that make you feel? And what would happen if you committed to performing at least one act of kindness every day? So to sum it all up and to finish up this particular share with you, you will change your world. So now that we know of this and we have knowledge of this, be kind and go and change the world. So therefore, heal yourself, heal the world. Aloha.
Beautiful kindness. I'm here. I have the honor to do another presentation, I'm going to call it, from Kahu and Master Kirel's book, The 10 Principles of Consciously Creating. And this is from the chapter on passion. And so I'll read a little excerpt, and then I'll lead you through a meditation that Master Kirel, through the recording that we had made of his talk on kindness. And we'll see how that, being kind to yourself as we do this meditation. So the excerpt from the chapter before the meditation is, you are the light of creation. You are semblance of light itself. You are the reflection of your Creator's light and journey. You will get across that through sheer determination and the passion to hold that your life can never falter. You are the journey, my friends. You are the one who can make it happen. But it is the passion within you that allows you to cross any bridge that is put before you. Remember the bridge to trust, and you will know how to succeed at everything you attempt. Hold the passion. It is your journey. So think about the passion in your life, what you're passionate about, and listen to the words of this meditation. So take a deep breath. And envision, feel your passion for your life. And Master Kirel said this, I ask you now to take a moment and just close your eyes and let yourself drift into the beautiful relaxation of this short meditation. For you ask me, Master Kirel, why do we always end on a meditation? For I would love nothing more than before you go back into the beginning of this recording, that you hear it once more in a newer and brighter light, that you understand the level that you have understood so far. So breathe and focus on the passion of your heart and listen to these words. That being said, imagine, if you will, standing at the bottom of this huge mountain. Imagine, if you would, no matter your physical presence, imagine yourself ready to climb that mountain. You've got spikes on your shoes, you've got the right kind of gloves, you've got helpers, and you've got ropes and things like that. And now, you've got to climb the mountain. Imagine, if you would, as you are standing there looking on the high of this mountain, that all of a sudden, you begin to float just gently an inch off the ground. And then you begin to rise. And as you begin to rise, see the mountain passing before your eyes. And all of a sudden, you find yourself atop the snow peak part of this mountain. You feel no cold, just the beautiful sunshine. In the most clear, crisp air you have ever breathed. As you settle down at the peak, very peak of this mountain, at the very top, and you begin to express yourself. What a magical journey life is. How did you get to this mountaintop without hardly even trying? And you start to understand that it was passion that lifted you from the space where you were and brought you to where you are at the moment. So as you begin to feel the great awareness of success, look before you, my friend, and see a mountain twice the size of the one you were standing on. And as opposed to thinking of all those horrible thoughts like, oh my God, another mountain? Think of the beautiful creator you created. And for you to be able to make the journey. And imagine with me, if you would, on top of that next mountain is that one thing that you have strived for all of this life. Whether it be the perfect relationship with the perfect person, or whether it is the money you have searched for, but knowing that it is on top of that next mountain. And then let yourself realize the beauty of the mountain you have climbed, and knowing of the next one before you. And as you simply relax, you begin to see everything that you desire is already on the mountain in front of you. So simply relax. Relax and relax. And take some deep breaths to see the mountain and to feel what you have created. And in the silence of your breath, feel your creation, feel your passion. And as you begin to sense my voice and the energy that surrounds you, do you understand that the journey from one mountain to the next is just that? And it is the amount of passion that you are willing to put into it that will determine the beauty of the journey itself. Don't go without passion, my friends. Don't even think about trying something without passion. For you will never, ever attain the goal the way you want it unless passion is your driving force. So take a deep breath once again and feel that passion within your hearts. And now it is my honor to introduce Aldine, and she will share one of her passion by doing a hula. This is a great, wonderful experience. Aldine?
At the beginning of our service, typically you hear the music, these islands. And I want to tell you a little bit about when it was written and why it was written. From what I understand, Danny Couch was in his car and he was on his way to the hospital because his mother was really ill. And he was caught in traffic. He lived in Waianae, which is kind of far away. He had to come to town in order to see his mother. And so here he is caught in traffic, and he said, "Oh, Kupuna, please help me. I really want to get to see my mother in the right time." And as he sat there, at least this is my dramatization of what I heard, as he sat there, the words of the song came to him, and he was told, "This song is not just for your mother. This song is for the world." He said it was the one song that he didn't change a single word, and he wrote it in 15 minutes. So this is Danny Couch, who really is a prolific songwriter. You probably don't know it, but he's a prolific songwriter, and These Islands is one of those songs. And then it's even more amazing that here we are on the mountaintops. Suzanne was telling us to go to the mountaintops with our passion. And then here it is that I'm going to do the hula for These Islands. I have to do like this maybe. And now I introduce Patty to come up next.
Do you know that these islands, it's one of Kahu's favorite songs, and I thank you for creating the movement, the hula movement, and you presented yourself with so much goddess light. And I could see from your hands in that Friday night celebration of light, your heart and your hands, I could see the light coming, your goddess light coming through. It was amazing. And then it was amazing. The chapel was at the Diamond Head, close to the Diamond Head crater. And all that energy came together for that celebration of life for Kahu Fred Sterling. Everything's coming together again. Oh, by the way, Kung Hi Fa Choi, it's the time of the rabbit, great time of transformation based on what Karina's shared this morning. Transformation, it's a 7-year. How about that? And I remember when we came back, 7 years ago, we came back from traveling, and Kahu told me he's never going to leave the islands. He's never going to step on a plane again. Okay, he did once because he had to for business reasons. And then, and then we ended up on a small mountaintop in Lemuria. And he goes, I'm never going to leave this house, okay? I'm going to live here forever. And he did live there forever. So all of his truth, when he spoke his truth, came true. So, so it's my pleasure to deliver this message. It's from Kahu, and inspired by my experience since he left this earth plane, his physical body, that is, not his wholeness. And it's the message is removing the veils. It's interesting that I got the title while I was in the middle of writing it. Yes. It was supposed to be about the 5 breaths. But then in the middle of writing it, I heard this voice, removing the veil. Okay, typed it in. This Kahu is more demanding now that he's on the other side of the veil. Ha ha ha. So removing the veils. Dear lightworkers, it's been over 2 months since Kahu released his physical body from the earth plane. Of course, I was in deep sorrow and distress for a while. I was very angry and afraid at times. In my quest to understand the reasons why he left me like he did, I had a thought to add a midday 5-breath self-healing meditation. Today my tears that fall no longer are from grief, but from gratitude that Kahu, Fred, and Master Guide Kiriel, the King of Angels, are still present in my life. They are accessible in my space of love. As I look back, my 5-breath self-healing meditation 3 times daily remove the veils of distortion 1 step at a time or 1 day at a time. And it brought me solace and calm. This state of being helped me realize how powerfully courageous my heart is. It allows my truth to surface, and I recognize the miracles that is happening for me today. The next 2 paragraphs are excerpts from the Signature Cell Healing book, available at signaturecellhealing.com. Kahu, to quote Kahu, for each human incarnation, the higher self creates an ego so that the human aspect may participate in an evolutionary journey on Earth. The self-woven veil of thought that allows a spirit being to create the illusion and belief that humans and other forms of evolutionary being are separated from the creative force. This veil of separation gives rise to limited thoughts as well as fear. If we focus our breath, we would be cognizant of the space between each breath, the quarter of a second, Kahu says, or less, that we are not breathing, and the world of transformation awaits. It is in that space that the miracles occur. In all that is, a true miracle is always a breath away from being disputed by non-believers. However, anyone can wish for a miracle, but only when you recognize the miracle does it become part of your journey. And in that, all is perfect. Kahu Fred Sterling. Well, in this past 2 months, I know that, yelling at your guides or yelling at the spirit world is not going to get you anywhere. But we have to go through it, right? We have to go through that because it's all our emotions. But when I realized the magic that comes from me doing the 5-breath self-healing meditation, in that time, in my sleep state, it was lucid. Kahu brought me to a door, led me to a door. I think soon after the 3 days that he told me, after his death, he told me, do not, he kind of said, do not bother me, do not call me for 3 days. And then after the 3 days, he rings my phone. His phone rings my phone. So how does that happen? It's magic, right? That's a miracle. It's like announcement. Hey, you can talk to me now after 3 days. So he's humorous that way. And then also, I know I've told you this, but every time I was late for a meditation, 11:30, he would light up the candle, the battery-operated candle. I'm going, how does he do that? I said, forget it. I'm not going to ask why. He just knows how to do it. And I've heard other people say, hey, he turned on my lights, my Christmas lights for me when I entered the door. Okay, that's awesome. So what happened was, I think a week after, Kahu led me in my meditation. He led me, I think, or sleep state, but it was so vivid, but I remember it the next morning. He led me to a door. And the door, he turned the knob, and he opened it just a little bit. And then he told me, you have to open the door all the way. I opened it partly for you. So I hesitated it took about a couple of 3 days before I could enter that door. And it took a lot of prana breathing, 5-breath self-healing meditation to enter the door. It was like, okay, behind the door is an unknown to me. And then the word goes, he said, was trust. And he patiently stood there, still in his physical form, but he was in a robe. Kahu was in a robe. So finally I had the heart courage to step into the door, and the space was empty, what I call empty. And he said, sit on a chair. I sat on a chair, and this chair started moving. Every night it was a movement. And all of a sudden, as the chair moved, the veils that came towards me, just over my face, it started to melt. And it took like a while for me to get from that space, the beginning of that space, to move for a while. And then this other door appeared down further. And then I saw Master Carol. And it's like, it was another door. I'm going, oh no, another door. Another door. Okay, so I said, okay, more breathing, more prana, more 5 breath self-healing meditation. And I didn't know then what was happening to me, but I know now that the 5 breath, that space between the breath, is really magical. It's the time where you can remove yourself from the third dimension and really get to you into the I know. So as the nights passed, I had to really trust, really trust. I sat in the chair, and finally I found myself in front of the door, right by where Master Kira was standing. And I looked around, and Kahu wasn't there. So I panicked again. So I go, no, I can't lose him. I can't let him go at this point. And then, you know how Master Carol works with us? He just stands there. He gives his light, and he never tells you, when to do it. And he just says, this is what I suggest you do, right? So finally, after several nights, I opened the door. Here's another space. Another space. It was a room with no walls. With no walls. And so I opened the door, I entered. I stood there for a while, trying to make sense of what the space was about. And then you know what? Later on, I found out is the vastness of my heart. The vastness, that space. And it was Master Kirill was saying, that door, the room, the space that Kahu was guiding me through was really the past. And then the new door was about the what's possible for me. And in that heart space, everything's possible for me. And I realized then that I can never. It's not about letting the energy of Master Kirill and Master Kahu go. I like to call Kirill my king, the king of angels now. So in that space, I'm still trying to understand or feel that heart space that they both led me through. It was a miracle. So when Karina comes up and lead us into that 5 breath, pay attention to the breath. Pay the space between the breath. And that space, you will find so many things about who you are, the I know. It's there. And I realized that we can reach our guides, our angels, whoever we want to reach, but we got to reach them in love, And when we pray, we don't beg. We pray in love, and so that's what another new level of the 5 breath self-healing meditation taught me, is that if I want to connect with the angel world or whatever world, the other dimensions, even extraterrestrial, they're there too. They're there too. And you know what? And they will appear. Whatever your prayer is, you got to trust that whatever in that space is what you called for. They have, no matter if it's an ET or Master Guide Kirill or Master Kahu, the King of Angels, they're there to answer your prayer if you listen. Another thing that 5 breath self-healing meditation taught me, listen in love. Because sometimes our brain is so noisy, right? But when you get solid into your heart space. Then you listen from there. And I understand now that my heart, like your heart, our destiny is already predestined. All we have to do is do the journey. So this is what the new level of my 5-breath self-healing meditation brought me, the gifts that it brought me, the gifts that Master Carol and Kahu brought me. I will never be separated from them. The only separation, if I ever feel that again, is from because I'm in a state of fear or I'm in a state of love. And in that space, I'm developing a new relationship with Kahu and Master Guide Kiriel, the King of Angels. And I would invite you to do that too. Or your higher self, or your spirit self. And another thing that I realized, that when you're solid in your spirituality, or know your spirit body, all the rest of the 4 other 3 bodies will align beautifully. You know how Kahu and Kirill used to say, the disease of the body starts from the spirit world, the spirit body. And then it works its way down to the mental and to emotional, to the love body. And then it makes its way down to the physical, it makes itself known to say, hey, you got to heal me. You got to heal this body, because I understand our thoughts created this body, right? Amazing that I'm the creator of this body. If I like it, hooray. But you know what? The physical body always has a chance to get better. So, removing the veils. This is what I got, and I'm so glad to be sharing it with you. And again, thank you for joining us this Sunday, and to you in the chat room, being here live with us. Thank you for that honor, and those that are going to listen later on. We're trying to hear the goddesses here at the Honolulu Church of Light. We're making every attempt to continue this, and I know we will, with your help. Of course, it'll take us more to bring forth more of our love, the goddess love within us, to do that. But I know all of you, and the guardian lights. I call this the goddesses here that always shows. I call them Black Diamond Production Team. We're solid. We're really, really solid, and we're so passionate about the journey, and it's amazing. So, but it will take a lot of prayers, a lot of knowing, for us to keep our energies up to a level where we can hear our guidance. That's all. That's all we have to do is listen, and we hear incarnate goddesses walk that guidance. And with that, I feel at ease. All I have to do is hear in love and pray. Not from the point of begging, but my prayer in love. My prayer is, let me walk my destiny. Let me listen to my heart. And that is what I am learning to do. So thank you. And now it's it's healing time. Oh, no, it's you. The queen of 5-breath self-healing. I did set you up. Okay, take it to a new level. Karina.
Thank you. Aloha, everyone. Thank you, Patty, for that beautiful share. I want you to I'm here to help you through and to show you and to do with you the 5-breath self-healing meditation. And Patty spoke a lot about this, and it is such an integral part of signature cell healing and a great pearl of the Kahu and Kiro wisdom that Kahu was very adamant about in the last 5-6 years to integrate that and to develop it. So there is a video with Kahu as well as an ebook on signaturecellhealing.com, and you can even read about it on the church website at honoluluchurchoflight.com. I want to get you back to what Patty was talking about, that space between the inhale and the exhale. So close your eyes just a moment and listen to this. She mentioned this before, but I want to bring it back again. From Kahu, if we focused on our breath, we would be cognizant of the space between each breath, that quarter of a second or less, when we are not breathing and the world of transformation awaits. It is in that space that miracles occur. So as Patty said, that's from the Signature Cell Healing book. And you know what? That book was written over a period of years, but published in 2013. And soon after that, Kahu brought forth the 5 breath self-healing meditation. And within that meditation, Kahu has, let me get this, a little staging here. You have this breath, right? We're imagining the golden particles above the crown chakra. And when you breathe them in, you draw them through the pineal gland, and that's where they turn to white light. And then you continue on the inhale, drawing it down into your heart. Now that's the space between the inhale and the exhale that Kahu was talking about, right there. And that's where we weave all 4 bodies together, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And Kahu always took those deep breaths, held it, and wove the 4 bodies, and then exhale. Now it's white light, right? So it goes up to your shoulders, down your arms, and out your palms to wherever you're healing in your body. And there's 5 placements, right? But that 5 breath, that weave of the 4 bodies, that's where the magic happens. And that's what Patty was alluding to when she was talking. That space where we can access the other dimensions, the other realities. So recently, I'm sure not by coincidence, I've been getting the guidance from you-know-who to develop that breath and to bring in very strongly a deep breath. So I'm going to encourage you to take really deep breaths. Now, don't rush through it. Breathe in powerfully. Inhale, and then at that point, you're all good breathers, so I know you can pause there and think of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. In the beginning, you're going to have to kind of think about it, but as you go through it, it'll become more automatic, and you'll feel this heart opening. So that's what's been happening with me as I've been focusing on it. It's this expansive heart energy that allows you to create whatever open up your heart to the journey that you're in. And in that space, there's a space that allows the guidance to come through, and it allows you to go beyond fear, because you're out of the 3rd dimension at that point. You're into the 4th, 5th, other dimensions. So I invite you to play with this now, because it's really, not just play with it, but create with it. Have fun with it, because it's a beautiful space. So first, let's try one of those deep breaths. Really deep now. And lock it and weave the 4 bodies together before you exhale. And feel how deep that is now, how wonderful that feels as you get deep into your heart energy. And we'll start with the 5 breath at the crown. That's the first hand placement. So you put your right palm up, left palm on top, and then take another deep breath like we did. Deep breath now. And when you exhale it back into your head and let that light now, the white light, circulate throughout your head. Keep going with these deep breaths now. Don't rush it. Deep breath in, lock it, weave the four bodies. Feel your heart expand into that energy. And when the light goes back up to your head through your palms again, you'll feel the love now circulating and going into all the neurons in your brain, frontal lobes. Keep breathing and let the light go into the memory centers, into your midbrain. Deep breaths now with the lock and the weave. And then you feel the light go into the hindbrain, where we have that fight or flight or freeze. And you just feel the fear releasing and the love taking over. So feel those really deep breaths and the light circulating now, because you're expanding as you do this. Your heart light is expanding, but you're expanding physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual as you do these 5 breaths in each of the 5 placements. When you're ready, you can go to the eyes, and at the eyes, we take the index and the middle finger and place them gently on the closed eyelids. It's the same kind of breathing now again. Deep breath, lock it in, and feel the heart just weaving all aspects of who you are here in the 3rd dimension and expanding out to 4th dimension, 5th, expanding your heart light. And then when you breathe the light through your fingertips into your eyes, it lights up all your eyes, over the cones and the rods, back over the retina. 5 breaths, keep breathing. Let the light flow through the retina back to the optic nerve, and just feel all the cells taking in. The eyes are a place where it regenerates, the cells regenerate themselves every 48 hours. So we have an opportunity to heal our eyes this way. Keep breathing back over the optic nerve to the vagus nerve, and this vagus nerve goes down your spine, spreads out, and touches all the organs throughout your body, and goes through the parasympathetic nervous system into all the nerves of your body. So just feel that light circulating through your eyes and back down the vagus nerve now. Congratulations on your deep breaths. The next hand placement is at your heart muscle. So right palm down and left palm on top with the thumbs pointing up towards the neck. Another of those deep breaths, 5 more deep breaths. Breathe in and lock it in your heart, that space between the inhale and the exhale where the magic happens. And just let your heart light expand. And as you're breathing through the heart in each of these breaths, let it go up to the thyroid in the top of your chest, bottom of your neck. Keep breathing into the thymus and throughout the lungs. Another breath into the lymphatic system in your body. And let it light up the whole chest area and let it cover both breasts. Light up your heart neurons, which are 5,000 times more powerful than the neurons in your brain. So as you do, you feel your whole chest and your whole heart light just expand to embrace these infinite possibilities of creation in this space. When you're ready, go to your stomach, the 3rd chakra. Right palm down, left palm on top. Breathe in, lock it, and weave the 4 bodies together here, and just feel your heart expanding throughout physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The light is going through your stomach, just relaxing this area where you might have tension. Breathe again into the liver and the pancreas. Keep breathing with a strong lock to weave all 4 bodies together. Let the light now go back to the kidneys. The light goes into all these other organs like the spleen and the gallbladder. And let the 5th breath go down into the small intestine. Just feel your light expanding now as we go to the 5th hand placement at the 2nd chakra right above the pubic symphysis. And breathe in through your crown again, bring it down. Don't forget the lock, strong heart energy. Let that weave and all the neurons light up. Expand your light. Exhale and let the light go through your palms into this 2nd chakra area. We have a lot of the important systems in our body. Deep breaths. Let the light go through here into the digestive system, to the colon. And keep breathing. Breathe into the reproductive organs, into the bladder and your urinary tract. And a final deep breath. Breathe into this whole lower chakra area. When you're finished, you can continue breathing and go into these different areas of your body that you might be experiencing discomfort in your knees or your hips or wherever you might be feeling discomfort. Patty and I do this, everybody here, as often as we can during the day, 2 to 3 times a day. You can do it when you need to do it, when you feel like you want to do it too. So stop in your day if you're feeling like you're rushed or you're having anxiety, and just take one of those deep breaths. Like Kahu said, if we focused on our breath, we would be cognizant of the space between each breath, that 1/4 of a second or less when we are not breathing, and the world of transformation awaits. It is in that space that miracles occur. Thank you. And Patty, I also wanted me to mention to you about our, of course you see here this beautiful arrangement from our celebration of life for Kahu on Friday at Diamond Head Mortuary Chapel. And that event was live streamed, and that live stream is still visible. You can watch it still on the obituary webpage for Kahu on the Diamond Head Mortuary, but you can access it from the Honolulu Church of Light homepage. Signature Cell Healing homepage also has that. So just go to that page, scroll down, and that link will be active for another 3 months or so. And after that, we'll have a place where you can access it. We thank very much Dagmar in the Mauritius, who had a beautiful share. Oh darn, I lost it. Thank you, Dagmar, for your share about the service. And yeah, I'm sorry, I've got.
You can do it later.
Okay, I lost it. Thank you, Dagmar, and thank you to everyone for your shares and for joining us on the Kahu Celebration of Life. Mahalo. Thank you. I'm sorry. Patty will now do the bring up the healing.
I think it's such a
I got in the space of the healing.
I know that's what happened. So maybe that doesn't work anymore. We just know who to follow. Anyway, thank you for that, and you took it to new levels of awareness. You graduated. It was so cute at the celebration of life. My little Kimiel niece, she was supposed to do the blessing for the food right at the very end. And she looked all confident, and she looked at me. And she gives me a thumbs up like this. Oh, the little girl, the 7-year-old girl gives me a thumbs up before her prayer for the food. And then she goes up there and she goes, I don't know what happened to her, but I guess she was telling me, go get him. You're good, Auntie. She's so cute, isn't she? Anyway, so thank you for that. And if you have suffered or if you had experienced a loss of a loved one, I really suggest you do the 5 breath, because in that space, that between the breath, you can, oh my gosh, you can get in touch with that person. Of course, from a loving space. They're in a loving space. So the only messages you can get from them is a loving message. So, and you're gonna realize that, oh, my tears are falling. You're gonna realize that you never lost them. Of course, you don't have the body to hug, but you know what? I found out. I go into Kahu's closet, I grab all his clothes, and I just hug it. It's amazing. So you get creative, yeah? And then, so it's healing time. And we have, how many people? 3 people? 2 people?
2 in-house.
Okay.
Over here, we have Patrick too.
2 in-house.
2 in-house. So one of them is me. I'm gonna give the healers here, and also you. You know what to do. Just take a breath, and then just send your light over to Patrick and I. For me, I'm gonna ask you. I think I have a pinched nerve somewhere in my back, so I would like for you guys to see if you can access that pinched nerve and release it. Can do? Can do. And Patrick, what would you like this Santa Claus?
Healing on my back.
Your back?
Pinched
You
nerve.
too? My back?
2 pinched nerves.
2 pinched nerve. All right, gang.
Maybe they should go back to back.
I don't want to give him to. I don't want to give him my pinched nerve. Okay, so that is the challenge for the healers, and you out there, please help me, help Patrick, locate the pinched nerve. Oh, because the other night, I was woken up in the middle of the night, and I felt my hands was numb. So I'm going, oh, am I having a stroke? I mean, in the middle of the night now. All of a sudden, my eyes pop open. Am I having a stroke? And you know what? My body automatically went into deep breathing. Amazing, yeah. Not amazing, that's what happens when you're avid 5 breath self-healing meditator. You like that? Avid 5 breath healing, whatever I said. But first, we have our hula dancer who did so well to Kahu's favorite song. So, you want to do the chant?
Okay, so together we're creating the collective consciousness, and we're going to use the vowels to do so. And then the healers may come up and actually do the healing on both Patty and Patrick, the two Pats. O ai po aloha, kanu ke aloha, I kua kuna mea loko mai kai, kanu ke aloha. O ai kalama ku I ke aloha, kanu ke aloha. I mana lima nanaha, kanu ke aloha. O ai po aloha, kanu ke aloha. I kua kuna mea loko mai kai, kanu ke aloha. O ai kalama ku I ke aloha, kanu ke aloha. O ai po aloha, kanu ke aloha. I kua kuna mea loko mai kai, kanu ke aloha. O ai kalama ku I ke aloha, kanu ke aloha. Kanu ke aloha, kanu ke aloha. E o wahi panala, e o wahi panala, e o wahi panala. E o wahi panala. Mama ueno. Oh, God. Thank you.
Thank
Wow.
you. Sherry?
Wow. I mean, I felt, I think twice I felt the energy going. It just shook my body. So anybody found where they, oh, I feel good. And a blue goddess, Joanne, when she put the holy water on my forehead, whoa, that thing went just. Anyway, so anybody want to share? Where was my pinched nerve?
Well, doesn't matter now. It's
It's gone. It's gone.
Don't go back there.
It's a miracle. It is indeed
Amazing
a miracle.
grace.
Amazing grace. Amazing grace, my gosh. So that is our what do you call that? Our hope every Sunday to expect a miracle, and I am one.
Yay.
So let's do the round two, and thank you to the people that submitted healing requests. One of them was from Russia. One of Kahu's first. Oh, thank you, Julianne. Julianne.
She wants the healing request.
Okay. She says, from the chat room, cute. Light me up, please.
Cute.
Oh no! We do that best, Julianne. Thank you. She said the right side scar tissue hurting. I had cancer there. Cool. Okay, so then we got this healing request from a friend of Tatiana. Tatiana is in a hospital with a very bad health. Aneurysm burst in her head, and the doctor tells that she has a very little chance to survive. And she's been in a coma. Tatiana has been in a coma in the hospital for the past 3 days, and she's in Moscow. She's in hospital Botkin in Moscow. And we know the address, and she's 54 years old. You sure she's 54?
That's what the lady said.
She took Kahu's seminar 8 times. Wow. She's one of the first signature cell healer students in Moscow. So she is, if I transition to which way she wants to go, it's up to her based on our healing request. Want to hold on?
Sure.
And then we have 2 people, how wonderful, from 2 people from India. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, she's asking for prayers, healing prayers for her father, the soul of her father. Her name is, Deepa, from India. Okay. So the healing goes to her father, which is Deepa. And she has a lot of, she puts her family name. He says, please pray for me, Deepa, and her husband, and to be blessed with children, and please pray for us to lead a happy married life together until our death. Please pray. Okay. And she wants Mother Teresa to cure her physical and mental illnesses for her peace of mind. Happiness, she wants happiness and long life, 100 years. And she wants us to pray healing prayers for Sister Divya, and just basically her and her whole family. And another one, a 41-year-old, I don't really know how to pronounce the name, Madhasudan, from India as well. and she's been feeling some kind of pain on her left side of her chest. So we'll have her in a prayer request for healing. And then we have someone, Susan, who's asking for prayer for her, a number of people, her friends. How lucky is her friends that Susan would submit prayer requests for them. It says healing request for Larry, who is recovering from medication and ongoing worry and post-mental stress. Debbie is in chemotherapy for breast cancer. And she's praying for her children, Bonnie, Tom, Lily, Isabel, and grandchildren. And then a friend of hers passed. Her best friend, her childhood friend, Becky, tragically, her life was taken away from her. Large prayer for her and her family. And she says, aloha. As I know, she says, as I know, I feel the world we continue will open hearts for me, and I'm grateful for being in Kahu Fred's class in your presence. To Patty and all the families of Honolulu Church of Light, there is a wave of love by the presence of Kahu Fred. That of his presence. His spirit urges me on to speak, even though I cannot be in the class. With love. Thank you. So, all of you, Julie, you're there. Please be open to receiving the healing. Every night at 11:30, Kahu and Master Carol is still present at the bowl, at the healing bowl every night, and they bring their friends with them of the spirit world. So here we go, everyone. Do you want to do the Julie? Julie Ann, please. This one. Joanne of the Blue Goddess, she'll be directing your light. And to the ones that submitted their prayer requests, I will be doing that. So I will, every one of you in the chat room in here, put your healing light into this crystal, white satin. And Master Kahu's beads are in there, so it's working, it's magic as well. So we, the three of us, will draw the energy and send it to these people, okay? To draw the energy from white satin, and all of you here, and we send it to these people. Ready? Take a breath. Focus on white satin. I also like to bring your attention to, we brought back Kahu's ashes here from the chapel celebrate. Oh, I'm sorry, do you have shares?
Kahu's there.
Of course.
Kahu's there with her. She's gonna make up her, she's going to make up her mind whether to go back into the body or to go. So that's kind of where the point where it is. So thank you for sending your light to Tatiana in Moscow.
And for Julianne, we lit up your area on the right side, so please continue to hold the light there and open yourself to receiving it, because we are sending you a lot of healing light over there.
Yes. And Julianne, you come here, you program your time, and to be here and energize your own healing requests, along with a lot of angels. And here, the goddess is here within in the sanctuary. You come every night, and you can feel Kahu's energy and Master Kiro's energy. They're amazing. Huh? Amazing, yeah. And Susan, oh my gosh, your friends and family are so fortunate to have you send their healing request. So Susan, I ask you every night to come here and energize your request for your family. And the two people from India, welcome. I think this is the first time. So we have you in this awesome, healing, magnificent bowl. We had white satin at the celebration of life last Friday, and Gail Jan took it there 2 days before, right? So I would come here those 2 nights and I go, where is white satin? Where is it? Where is it?
Found him.
And it was at the Diamond Head Chapel. So it directed me there, really cool. And then it was there energizing the place in preparation of the celebration of life. What a perfect place to have the celebration. It's near Diamond Head Crater, where a lot of things happen at night. So, right? This one knows. So we shall put your prayer request, and thank you so much for that. And these pearls are so cool. I think it's Master Kirill or Kahu, oh, we're over time. Kahu told me about these pearls. So I got this string of pearls for a gift from a very spiritual, very close to Master Jesus, and I got the message that I was to take the strings unstrung the pearls and give this to the people, and have the people at the celebration of life put their prayers into the pearls. Amazing how receptive there was, yeah? Mm-hmm. They were so receptive. So I think, even though I think I'm missing some pearls here, yeah, I think I am. Their energy, their prayers of the people that attended the celebration of life are in here, and we'll put it here. And then later on, when we scatter Kahu's ashes into the ocean, we'll take those pearls and offer it to the Lemurian waters. And this is Kahu's ashes. If you all would beam some light into his ashes. Hi, babe. Thank you. And now we have announcements. On February 5th, there's another healing service. And the 19th is our long distance healing service. And then on the 22nd of February, it is Conscious Creator. And then that's a 2 month, so it's all about balancing the yin and yang of reality here on the earth plane. But never mind that. Just stay in love, and where the magic happens. do your 5 breath self-healing meditation. And the number 2 in the 10 principles of consciously creating represents trust.
At this time, we would like to bless this bowl, our donation bowl for the Honolulu Church of Light for the Beauty. I'd like to ask all of you to please gather around the bowl and to send your light and beam your light into this donation bowl. As I pass this around, I ask that you please help us to imagine an abundance, an overflow of donations going into this bowl to help us to continue to be here for you, to help us to continue our healing bowl, our nightly healing bowl, to be able to be in this space. We ask that you send out all of your light to people to come to our website, to just push that donate button and to add 20s and 100s if possible. We really appreciate everything that you have donated and helped us at this church to continue to be here with you. We ask for this and more, and so it is. This or something better for the good of all. Thank you. I'm going to pass this bowl around, and please push that donate button after the program, so don't leave. And we thank you for everything that you have given and that you continue to give and support us. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Are we to form our
Yeah. Patty has to go.
So Mahina Ku Aldine will be doing our closing chant, and Patty will follow with the completion prayer.
So as this time, as the bowl is being passed and coming back to the front, and Alohilani is doing a blessing for all of us on gratitude for all that was given, we want to go ahead and bless this space and bless yourself, because this is the costume you're wearing this time. E umai ki mai kapo mai nana ya mai kale o kako. Mai luna alalo mai kaiki a kaiki mai kaiki na ke komohana mai kai mai loko avaho. Kia ia malama ia e pale aku na ho'opili kia nei ko kako no na. Everyone together. Amamawanoa. Our prayer is freed.
I moved from that position to here because Kahu was pushing my back.
He wants to make 4 bodies.
Yeah, so can you feel his energy of love and gratitude? I mean, can you feel it?
Thank you, Kahu.
Look into his eyes.
Now the completion prayer.
So, okay, Kahu.
Powerful.
So remember, in that magic space between your two breaths, the inhale and the exhale, imagine a beautiful life. And in that space of magic allows you to get in touch with that. Already your destiny is already formed. All we have to do, our destiny is already there. It's all in the blueprint of love. Destiny made of love. We created that, and we just have to connect with that blueprint that says, hey, everything's all right. This is your blueprint. Follow it. Do the journey. And in that magic, allow the miracle that you pray for to happen. So, celebrate your life today, and until we meet again, imagine a beautiful life. Aloha.
Ahui ho.
Aloha.
Aloha.
On behalf of Kahu, we love you so much.
Thank you for joining.